It's PSplus Extra and Premium time once again, the mid-month update that piles on more games onto you than is humanly possible to play. I'm Adam, hello there. I'll take you through all 23 of the new games added and the 37 that are leaving this week too. We've got a lot to get through, so let's crack on. Humanity is the new game of the month, a puzzler in which we play as an angelic dog guiding lost humans into the light. The humans need constant directions but follow orders perfectly. If you played Pikmin, there's a sense of that here, but the real inspiration is lemmings, mindless beings that need to be pointed in the right direction constantly. We wander each stage freely and place commands on the ground for people to follow, and as you'd expect, the complexity builds up over time. Like another group of people known as the Others arrives. Both sets of humans can coexist, but not always. Fighting will occur, which leads to weapons and some Star Wars inspired neon glow stick battles between the blue of humanity and the red of the Others. Also confirmed is a stage creator allowing all players around the world to build missions and publish them online. This should hopefully see the game become more than a one and done experience, and more of a monthly return to visit the new content. Humanity is on PS4, PS5, PSVR and PSVR 2, so wherever you play, Humanity has you covered. The game which is going to get a lot of love this month is Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, the action platformer's first appearance on the PS5 from 2021. The selling point of Rift Apart was the ability to use dimensional tears to traverse the world and completely jump in between realities seamlessly. This time around, Ratchet & Clank meet another Lombax and, along with her sidekick, team up to battle against the usual, an evil emperor trying to take over the entirety of reality. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is packed with an arsenal of weapons that range from typical plasma blasters to dropping entire T-Rexes from Horizon Zero Dawn on your enemies' heads. Any dimension is reachable in Rift Apart. Oh, and it's a really fun platinum too. Definitely one to play. Another great game is Watch Dogs Legion, a sprawling open world of tech and espionage set in London no less. We must build up a resistance of fighters to take on those in charge of the city. And to do this, anyone we see can be playable. From a construction worker to a typical bartender, we are able to recruit almost anyone we see. By helping them with a mission, they'll become selectable, and with them comes their own skills and abilities, from renowned fist fighters who are handy in a brawl to tech-savvy James Bond types. While in London, you'll be hacking drones, deploying spider bots, and using a type of invisibility cloak. With an online mode and a city to explore, I highly recommend Watch Dogs Legion. May sees not one, not two, but 3 Tomb Raider games added to the collection, an entire trilogy no less, starting with 2013's reboot to Lara's Tale, where she is much younger and new to the life of tomb raiding, and on her way to becoming a hardened survivor. The gameplay loop in all 3 of these games is simple, platforming and puzzle solving, and taking out threats, and getting through countless quick-time events. The Tomb Raider Definitive Edition includes all DLC, and the PS4 version holds an 85% rating on Metacritic. Then Lara returns in Rise of the Tomb Raider. This is set in Siberia and introduces survival elements. This game also includes a PSVR game mode and brings online multiplayer to the masses. In particular, check out Endurance mode as it mixes up expectations. You and a friend must survive the bitter wilderness, managing your hunger and warmth and crafting your weapons. It's quite an interesting change to the series. And finally, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and Lara is becoming the all-conquering badass she was meant to be. This time the temperature is a little better here in a Mayan jungle. Shadow innovates again by introducing the largest hub area to a Tomb Raider game ever, and introduces underwater environments and deep tunneling systems like never before. Whoa, hold on a sec, check this game out, a must-play no less, Bus Simulator 21. I'm not sure about you, but I've never spent money on a simulator game like this. Here we get to be the bus driver we've always wanted to be and be the chauffeur people need. I'm kinda tempted by it. Anyone else? No, just me. The horror game of the month is The Evil Within 2. Only last month, the first game was added to PSplus Extra, and now here's the sequel. The gameplay loop remains intact, with an exploration of horror-filled corridors, and then a fight or flight situation, with traps, stealth, or all-out action being options. This time, we are searching for our daughter, which really does sound like a nightmare. Perfect. Another game added last month was Dishonored, and this month, here are the sequels. Dishonored Death of the Outsider and Dishonored 2. The Outsider is a standalone DLC as we play a killer for hire, with many characters from the original returning with one key quest in mind. Can they take down the Outsider, who so happens to be a godlike being? Dishonored is famed for its multi-approach level design, which makes almost every playstyle possible, from using witchcraft-like abilities to stay in the shadows, to reaching a target by running and gunning, taking down anyone who stands in your way. Dishonored 2, on the other hand, lets us play as Empress Emily or the OG Royal Protector Corvo Atano, tasked with taking back the throne from Emily's auntie. Both games have a critic score above 80, so well worth playing. But wait, there's more! Conan Exiles is here on PSplus Extra, and a warning is needed to anyone who plays around family. You'll start the game in the buff, which means there's schlongs everywhere. Be careful. Conan Exiles is an online multiplayer game all about survival, but unlike other survival games, this is the world of barbarians and sorcery. After building a home, it's time to hunt for food and survive freezing temperatures before the real game mode begins, searching for loot in dungeons. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin is next on PS4. It's like a side-scrolling Genshin Impact in which we learn about agriculture and also fight mythical beasts. Weird, right? After each rice crop is complete, Sakuna levels up and allows them to take on more difficult demons. Following on from the Wolfenstein games we got last month, we have another one, Wolfenstein Youngblood. The iconic first-person shooter this time puts us in the boots of BJ's twin daughters Jess and Soph, who have a feeling their dad, who's been missing for 19 years, is still alive. But those pesky World War II Germans keep getting in the way. Next, Thymesia on the PS5, a fast-paced combat RPG that is the month's Dark Souls-inspired game. Although Thymesia takes this in a different direction with plague weapons that recruit the opposition. We can also shapeshift to a raven during battles, and everything is focused on upgrades and the constant pursuit of power. This is Lake. It's a story-driven tale about a 40-something-year-old moving out of the city and going back to her little hometown. It's the slowest paced game on this list and explores relationships from back in the 1980s as you hand-deliver mail. Rainworld is next, a 2D retro platformer in which we sneak to catch our prey and also elude those who want to eat us. Rainworld has an evolving ecosystem which sees different animals become part of the world, and sometimes knowing if they're friend, foe or food can be difficult. Rune Factory 4 Special is next, a crop growing, monster raising, food cooking, fish catching life simulator. We play as a character with amnesia and build a homestead while waiting for those memories to return. Imagine if Animal Crossing was crossed with a retro Legend of Zelda game, and you've kind of summed this one up. Unlike this one, Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, it's another take on that, but without the action. It's more about maintaining relationships whilst harvesting crops and mining for resources. And finally on Extra this month is Soundfall on both PS4 and PS5, a dungeon crawler with looter shooter elements. The thing that makes this one special is it's rhythm based. Matching the beat while you're fighting is the core mechanic, and it's surprisingly fun too. After all that good news, it's time for the bad part of the month, knowing that some games will be leaving on May 16th. So you've got less than a week to finish playing the following games, and there's a scary amount to get through. Marvel's Spider-Man and Spider-Man Game of the Year editions are leaving, as too are two Batman games, Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. Injustice 2 is another DC title going away, and the Lego Harry Potter collection is off too, and the Sublime Resident Evil is leaving on May 16th as well, and I shall blitz through all the others that are leaving this month. Flat Out 4 Total Insanity, TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 2, Tour de France 2021 on PS4 and PS5, Graveyard Keeper, Deadlight Director's Cut, Homefront The Revolution, Kona, This War of Mine The Little Ones, Shenmue 3, Relicta, Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered, Mighty No. 9, Windbound, Metro Last Light Redux, Metro 2033 Redux, Kingdom Come Deliverance, MX vs ATV All Out, Balan Wonderland, Star Ocean First Departure R, Left Alive Day 1 Edition, Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, Chronos Before the Ashes, NBA 2K Playground 2, How to Survive Storm Warning Edition, Pixel Piracy, Last Day of June, Virginia, Deepfall Chapters, and Pathfinder Kingmaker. 37 games are leaving PSplus Extra and Premium. But don't worry too much, because eventually those games will most likely return at some point. And finally, it's on to the premium games of May 2023. There's 4 in total. Syphon Filter Logan's Shadow is a PSP game that tries to make Syphon Filter more like Splinter Cell. Blade Dancer Lineage of Light, again a PSP game, this time an RPG that is quite similar to Final Fantasy. Pursuit Force is a gang fighting game all about controlling the local city. And Ghostbusters the video game remastered lets us join the team stream, and we'll constantly have you singing who you're going to call after playing. We did it! 23 games added this month. What a huge month. GG for getting through this video and to the end. I'm Adam, you're awesome, my voice is killing. I'll see you next time.